Well, why am I not surprised? Let's begin. The article says that Matt Hancock, I do apologise to Mr. Headcock out there, but wanted to deploy a new COVID variant to frighten the pants off the public in leaked WhatsApp messages. The former Health Secretary hatched the plan known as Project Fear in a bid to get people to stick to lockdown restrictions, the Telegraph reports. Hancock seemingly suggested that a new strain of COVID would be helpful to spread fear among the population in preparation for more restrictions in a series of messages to other officials prior to the third national lockdown in January 2021. Hancock said, "We frighten the pants off everyone with the new strain," to which the Department of Health's media advisor Damon Poole responded, "Yep, that's what will get proper behaviour change." The damning conversation over WhatsApp reportedly took place 2 days after the politician learned about the new variant known as the Alpha or Kent variant. Worried that other items on the agenda might overshadow the importance of the new strain, Hancock messaged Poole asking, "When do we deploy the new variant?" Well, yeah, of course I don't know about you, but after hearing all that, to be honest, I kind of think I was right in the first place when I misspoke his name. But anyway, I guess at the beginning, in March 2020, when, let's face it, no one really knew too much about COVID, a lot of people may have said that the government were justified in a national lockdown. However, after the first national lockdown, when we of course knew a little bit more about it, I myself think it should have become advisory rather than being forced to do it. Because we're not China, so therefore we should have been given the facts and figures and told what risks there may or may not have been, and then it should have been up to the individual person, rather than taking the approach that we did take. Although in December 2020 and even in January 2021, they certainly knew a lot more than what they did in March the previous year, and in fact, actually, if I remember rightly, had a vaccine ready to be rolled out. So I think to purposely frighten the public, when let's face it, quite a lot of people unfortunately did lose loved ones, was a very nasty thing to do, and presumably did affect quite a lot of people. Now, like I'm guessing probably quite a lot of you, I didn't actually see Matt Hancock in I'm a Celebrity because I don't watch that crap. But as far as I'm aware, he has actually quit being an MP, so he can presumably use his newfound fame and go on other TV shows and things like that. But unfortunately for him, I guess this has probably put a stop to all of that, and probably put an end to all of his chances in government at all, if he ever does try to crawl back. But whilst admittedly all of what I've said is very easy to say in hindsight, I guess we can all agree on that if Labour were in charge, we'd have probably still been in lockdown right in the moment, wouldn't we? Because they seemed all for it, didn't they? So it makes me wonder just what they would have said in their WhatsApp groups. But he isn't done there, because listen to this. A month later, in a message to Cabinet Secretary Simon Case, Hancock said the fear/guilt factor was vital to ramping up the message ahead of the lockdown, which meant Brits were almost completely unable to leave their homes, other for essential reasons or to exercise. More than 100,000 messages sent on WhatsApp by ministers and officials and others showed the scare tactics used to try to keep the public under control during the pandemic. The damning revelations included that Hancock refused to test all going into care homes after being advised to by Sir Chris Whitty, England's chief medical officer, for fear that it muddied the waters. Well, yeah, I could be wrong, but I personally think the government liked to hold on to as much power as it probably could. Which, to be honest, is kind of ironic, because in this video, it seems as if Rishi's new Brexit deal actually hands over more power to the EU via the back door, which, strangely, the mainstream media don't really seem that keen on reporting, do they? Anyway, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.